So with Alex Jones, you were watching him long before anything ended up happening.
Probably. It wasn't my office, but I mean, we would have been well aware of what he was doing.
And the goal with him was what? Just to bankrupt him?
Pretty much. And we let the families do it.
And what?
We let the families do it.
Were they encouraged to do that by the Bureau? Like nudged?
We don't encourage people.
But like...
We just say there's no federal statute being broken. But you do have the option for a civil case. And it's a pretty good case.
Nice.
In our opinion.
So, that makes so much sense. I have a cousin who's a lawyer. So that's a lot of these cases. They're kind of encouraged by the FBI.
Yeah, like there's nothing federal law we can do, but civilly we can go at them that way and chop his legs off.
And they did. Yeah. So the FBI was happy.
We didn't care. We were like,
Basically, the citizens did your job.
Yeah.
I started to say something a few months back when I was watching. We were mentioning Alex. When he got jumped on about the Sandy Hook,
right.
I remember, and my wife was with me. This was way back 2000, and gosh, when it happened, 6, I think. Pretty fresh. He mentioned it once or twice, but he had an interview with a school district. It was a local district superintendent for schools,
right.
And he was interviewing him. And this guy was talking about how that school was closed the whole time,
right.
Even then. I actually looked into it more than he talked about it. That's the amazing thing. So he's been on, like he said, for close to 15 years at that time. He barely covered that. And then that's the thing they could hammer him on. So this guy, amazing, he didn't even remember his name at the time. So I just found that very strange. But that school, very interesting. I'll just say this in passing on the Sandy Hooker. All of the cars that day.
Right.
There wasn't one car that was
Yep.
registered.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty interesting. Up to date. They were all 2 years or older, almost like they came from an impound. Enough said.
Right.
Well,
the Sandy Hook thing paved the way for me to look into all the other false flag shootings that take place, and a lot of the school shootings aren't real. In fact, there's a lot. They hire crisis actors. All this has been proven. You can go look into that for yourself.
That is correct.
But there was Sandy Hook. Now I know how they ruled and against Alex Jones, but the very system that wants to silence him is the one ruling over him. So I mean, of course they're going to do that.
And along with that, we'll get you some information here if you happen to be an AJ follower. He really did open a lot to the whole occult realm with that Bohemian Grove and Ryan Garcia here recently. So we named this Knowledge in the Word because everybody's still looking for an Antichrist, and we've tried to make this clear. Lawlessness, man of sin, that's a spirit, and it's out here. Back again to this right here. This guy should not be doing any of this.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve.
But it's the words.
He doesn't belong in a seat of power at all.
But the powers that do run things know to put people that are of low character in positions of power.
Right.
And that's where we're at today.
Just said that he's gonna. Their job was to take the legs out from underneath.
Take his money.
Yeah.
Take his money away.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the state of our country.
Right. Well, they do it to us too. I mean, they just
Sure.
call it the police. I mean, whenever you have to give your hard-earned money to the state, I call that a tax.
Yeah.
You're going 2 miles over that sign, sir.
Sure. So we're seeing law back again to the highest orders of being a principality. Take his money. Why can't you arrest him? Oh, well, he didn't do anything break. Of course not.
Right.
So you're back again to this ridiculous age that we're in, and so he responds to some of it. But now I thought the interesting other piece that we've been looking at here lately in the day and hour is all this nonsense. Last week our video, if you saw that, I was referencing and wanted to show some of the older pieces that my dad and I did when this COVID had started. And we knew from day one, this was all just a big farce, and that is what it was. So, algorithms, I don't know how farce, but like you said, we're a small outfit here. They've taken us away.
Right.
How much more would they have to go after a man like that opened so many doors? And now, truth, again, being a good Baptist boy, friends with Rogan, the Lord knows how to get his word out.
Yeah.
And people were laughing for years, and now People don't. I just watched one with the young podcaster kids, and they were looking at Bohemian Grove. Who uploaded this? They were shocked. Who? I'm sitting here. I'm just laughing because I've known about this for 20 years.
Right.
Many people have, but I'm glad that God said that He would do a quick work in the end time, and this generation is waking up very quickly. Word is spreading to who's running over them, and a lot of them don't like it. A lot of them are very confused, so they're kind of wondering, question things. Well, that's going to bring God to the forefront in the next few months and years, because we just came out of this solar eclipse. Everybody was planning on flying away and rapturing because Rapture City was being hit.
Oh my God.
So,
but I mean, say what you will about Alex Jones. I mean, he is a character, but at the same time, I've personally, the reason I got into Alex Jones in the first place was because his claims were so outrageous. I cross-examined like everything for like a year straight until I could finally just determine that this guy was a real journalist.
Yeah.
And a guy of conviction too. So that's like, if you have any kind of moral compass in this world and you have any clue about what the elite are doing, which they're satanic,
right.
In their ways, they definitely work for the adversary. They work against us. And when you see that as a moralist, it's going to make you act a little crazy because you're like, has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only sane one? Now you've kind of outed yourself in that sense. But Alex Jones definitely has had his moments. You know, you could do memes on him all day long.
All day. And what I was going to say was, when they were calling him, because I followed him from the very beginning, when he snuck into the Bohemian Grove, ordered the CD, blah, 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 blah. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, Prison Planet, when that book
all of it
came out, yeah.
And what's interesting was, when he called out Piers Morgan, that was a funny clip. Well, 1776 will commence again. That piece there got called. That's 10 years ago already. And he just recently did another Piers Morgan interview. So he's come back around, but he was questioned by many people saying, well, you must be a gatekeeper for all of them. First he was a gatekeeper for the Catholic Church. Right. Then he was gatekeeper for the land of Israel. And gatekeepers, yeah, okay, sure. No, what he was a Baptist boy that was covered by God because he'd bring his son on.
Well, they did try to kill him. I mean, that was documented.
That is true.
So, I'm skeptical of everyone. I mean, and I think we all should be skeptical of humans in general, but,
my answer for people that said he was that was, I said, no, he's not that.
Right.
He's a Baptist boy
that
believes everything he's saying, and you can kill me if you want to, because that was his go. And any man that believes in God and speaks the truth, you better be ready to die, because they want to kill us. If they could, they'd kill all of us right today.
Right.
They hate Christians. That's the point. This is a Christless country right now. So we're back again. Doctors. Watch this piece, and this guy should be locked up along with the other 51 bozos that said that Trump was a Russian asset. Yeah.
For Anthony Fauci. Jail. I've sent 2 referrals to the Department of Justice. I think he lied to Congress, which is a felony. Several folks from the Trump administration were accused of lying to Congress and carted off to jail with FBI agents all over their property, yanking them out of their house early in the morning. But we have 2 tiers of justice here. It depends on whether you were a supporter of Donald Trump or you're a supporter of big government, the centralized government. But Anthony Fauci did lie to Congress. We know that from his own words, not because I say he lies, but his private emails say he was lying. Virtually everything he said in private contradicted what he was saying in public.
Right. Elon Musk commenting on the developments, saying, my pronouns are prosecute Fauci.
I just got to pause it for a minute, because in this day and hour, like we've been trying to teach you, there is no singular Antichrist. Right. Why isn't the man arrested right now if it's a law? Why isn't the other 51 men arrested? So we have a broken nation. We're in World War III right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right now. Now, there's been millions of people that have lived through wars that didn't even ever see a bullet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one yet. We don't need one, because the job is being done to tear this nation up right now, and they're doing a fantastic job. So trumpets are being blown. Literally, I'm watching some of them uploads again. Right. A few years ago, there was a lot of those views. What does this sound of trumpets? Something's going on in the air. Like we keep bringing up in the day and the hour. Then they just recently nailed Damascus again. Damascus is one of your last biblical prophecies that when that gets wiped out, it's the show's over. Now, it sounds wild to even say these kind of things, but prophetically,
Yeah, that's
there's
scripture.
nothing more else
Yeah.
to go to after Damascus
Right.
other than this return. Or you still got Wormwood. Sorry, that's true.
Right.
Wormwood. That matter of fact, we just came through the soul. NASA, would they shoot 2 or 3 missiles
3 serpent missiles is what they're
named
called.
after Egyptian gods?
Right.
Okay. Apophis was one of them. And what's funny is Apophis, or Apophis, however you want to mention it, was an Egyptian god of the underworld and a dragon. Well, this is what Tom Horn said that he saw when he came out of that last vision, and he just recently passed away, and gave that prophetic word that was dead on, just like the Lord gave him about the last pope. So this man's words came to fruition. The last pope, well, this guy's ready to die, it seems, any day too. Completely vile. The Catholic Church is turning up against this guy. So this hour, man, that we're in is literally shaking everything that's not of him. It's going to fall away. And that's a verse of scripture. Shake everything that can be shaken until that he's ready to come and inhabit this temple that he's building. You also, as lively stones, you're a member, he's a member, I'm a member. We have to do our part. Keep our hands to that wheel, so to speak. Keep on driving. Keep on fighting the good fight. Keep striving to enter in at the straight gate, because wide is the gate. And we see what's going on out here today. So I don't know really.
I believe that the biggest tell of it all is that there's just how much information is being exposed as truth.
Oh my gosh.
Like we've been, like he said, I mean, he's been doing this longer than I have, but collectively, we've both been doing this probably for over, a good chunk of our lives. And people, this was all, everything that now is facts. All these, that the country's run by pedophiles, so on and so forth. All these things that have come to truth now weren't always so, and we were kind of ridiculed our entire lives. So, I mean, I think it's just so much information. It's almost like God's just downloading it to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. And that's prophetic. I mean, it talks about everything being done in the dark, coming to light.
That's true.
I think that's
his words. Yeah.
That's a big tell for where we're at.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, it doesn't, the sweater doesn't come unraveled until it's ready to fall apart. I mean, so I think we're close.
Well,
I hope we're close.
Revelation is the day we're in.
Right.
Everything's being uncovered and revealed. Why? Where are we going to from here? So you're in a time frame that literally is earth changing.
Yeah.
And so, just to be a child of God is just excellent, and just give him thanks every day, because we can look forward to being in his kingdom, and we are not being deceived, and we're not carried away with every wind of doctrine, and Jesus is going to be over here, and you're going to show up in that temple. Don't worry, people, that temple's not going to be finished. They're not going to, one time they start any second to touch it, they're going to be fighting for years again. Think this stuff through. You're the temple. He bought you with a price. He gave you the earnest of his spirit. That's why we're weak in our flesh, because you got to keep building up the spirit man, and you got to feed the spirit man. How do you feed the spirit man? With spiritual words. And he said, eat me. What's that? The word of God. That's what the word of God is. And he gave them manna, and he said, your fathers ate manna and they're dead. Why? I'm the manna that came down from heaven. Amen. If you eat of me, you'll never die. That's right. So, wanted just to keep encouraging you. We're trying to work out and we'll try to get another camera. I think it's a good idea, and we'll just try to keep working this, and we appreciate you guys. Keep hanging in there. Oh, please like, share, subscribe, all that. The very last video, try to get your friends to see that last one, because of the net. I know that a lot of times you don't get around, and I don't a lot of times too, but if you get 1 out of 5 of our 100, I think that's pretty good. So we just go to the ones that keep clicking and seeing us, and we like to encourage you, and I thank all of you, and we appreciate you guys. We'll be back soon. Never know what's going on.
Unless we get raptured up.
Yeah. So
which is coming any day now, right?
For everybody. You don't want to be taken. Go read who's taken.
Yeah.
He sends the angels, and he gathers out of his kingdom all things that offend. And I don't want to be taken out. I want to be remaining in, so we can inherit the kingdom and the earth. What does he say? The meek shall inherit the earth. Oh, that's a good one. So we got a lot of wars going on. Let's get some love and share, like, subscribe, all that. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
God bless.